it's easy to do. The other side is proud of our effort. I thought it was one of our best games in terms of 40 minutes of effort, and I think we can build on that. So, you just got to clean up some of those stat sheet items. You got to keep giving focus and effort like that, and give yourself a chance.
Yeah.
Just with free throws, Renaya thought it was just a lack of focus. Would you agree with that assessment, or do you think it's something fundamental?
No, I don't think it's anything fundamental. I think it's just, lack of focus, and then, you miss a couple and you start worrying about them. I think we've got players that can make free throws. They do it consistently in practice. When you get in a big game like this, you just got to focus, have confidence, step up there and knock it down.
Maria and John?
You kept Ray Burrell in the lineup, and she is one kid you do not have to worry about effort. Is that sort of the reason why you've got her out there right now?
Well, we're just trying to make some decisions for the best of our team, trying to help everybody along the way. We wanted to try that lineup again. We wanted to try to give that an opportunity. Obviously, Ray plays hard. You're right. Ray plays hard, and we're going to get that from her every night.
Kelly, Ray does play hard, and you have Horston, between Horston and Ray, you're just, 5 and 6 turnovers a game, that is awfully hard to overcome. Is there anything you can do about that? Are there any moves or anything you can do?
It's not a whole lot, I don't think. We watch film, we try to help teach, we run for every turnover practice. We try to focus on it, do a lot, but at some point it's just stepping out there and taking care of basketball. And I get it, we're not going to be spot free. We're not going to have 0, but we just got to cut down to 2 apiece. It's a big deal.
Will?
In the past few games, there hasn't been much scoring production from your bench. Is that something you'd like to see them get a little bit better at, or do they do things that kind of, make you happy otherwise?
Well, I think we have, right now we've had either Jordan or Ray coming in off the bench, and I think that we got to get a punch there. I think we've got to get some of our post players to step up and give us some buckets. We had several people score at LSU, just not a lot, just a basket or 2 here or there. So I think, but I do believe that players came in and gave us good minutes, without necessarily putting up a lot of scores. I thought Jaden had 14 really good minutes. Played so hard and, got some scores, got some boards, and then did a good job defending.
Steve and then Dan.
You got Arkansas next, and if you get teams that are below you in the SEC standings, y'all have done a good job of kind of winning the games y'all are supposed to win all season, but what does this skid do for just a sense of the urgency the rest of the way, just in terms of securing a bid, making sure you get the seed you want?
Well, what we talked about was every game gets bigger. Every game gets bigger at this time of the season, and we're trying to focus on what we can correct and what we can build on. And the team that played today, if we can be that team, if we can be that consistent team, I like my chances. And I get that's not always easy to do, but just give us effort, give us focus, and give yourself a chance.
Dan?
Kelly, in that late game situation, I think you got it down to 3. Were you wanting to foul? I was watching you on the bench. Did you want them to foul earlier than they ended up doing there? I think Carter went to the one.
Which one?
It was after Jasmine's 3.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, we were trying to get a steal. We were trying to go for some traps and give ourselves a chance to get a steal first. We could have been in a little bit better position, I thought, to maybe get that. We just didn't want to foul Carter, late. Probably had an opportunity to foul somebody else, but we were trying to put ourselves in a position. Jaden breaks on a pass. We're close to getting a steal if it's the possession that I'm thinking of.
I think it was the one right before that where it was like there was like 30 seconds to go in the game.
Yeah, no, that's it. Jaden breaks on that pass. Yeah, she almost got a steal. So we were giving our players an opportunity to try to get a steal first. And then, because they had been knocking down her free throws pretty good at that point. So,
Gene, Gustavo, and then John.
Kelly, when you got here, did you realize that the learning curve for some of these players was going to be quite as steep as it's been this season?
well, to me, the learning curve was going to be, we knew there was going to be a learning curve, and it's not that it's a learning curve because I'm new. My terminology is different. I think it's going to be a learning curve for everybody, and then, for freshmen, all freshmen have to go through that. I think everybody's a little bit different, and they process things differently, and learn at different speeds. So I don't think it's anything that's shocking.
Gustavo, and John.
You said tonight was one of the most impressive performances you saw, and I want to go back to the first quarter when your team had 6 for 6 in terms of field goal percentage. You guys had Texas A&M, not scoring for 3 minutes. And that's what you want to see on your team, that first, quarter performance when they had so much efficiency.
Yeah, we've had some pretty good first quarters. We had a good first quarter against Mississippi State here. We had a good first quarter here today. Our second quarter was our worst 10 minutes today. And you can't dig yourselves a hole. Now the good thing is we didn't quit and kept fighting and put ourselves right back in it. But the first quarter was solid, gave us a lot of confidence. You just got to back that up with the next 10 minutes.
John, and Gene.
Kelly, Gary was complimenting your team, its talent, athleticism, and then saying you wouldn't want to play it in the SEC tournament. Said the team will be smarter by then. Do you think, is that realistic to think in a few weeks that this team might start playing smarter basketball?
I think it's very realistic. And I'm so hopeful that coming off of this game, we're going to do everything we can to correct some things, and we're going to do everything we can to build on it, and try to duplicate some of that. Because I think that'll give you an opportunity. Playing like this will give you an opportunity. Not to go back and tell a bunch of stories, but there was a year, it was 97, and I remember Pat walking into practice one day and she said, all right, we have 2 weeks, and in 2 weeks we have to be a better basketball team, in 2 weeks. And I don't know what the magic was, but we were. 2 weeks later, we were a much better basketball team, so it is definitely possible late in the season to get better.
Gene.
Well, I'm glad you asked that question, because now how can you bottle up the performance you had today and kind of push that forward to Arkansas in the last few games and into the SEC tournament?
Well, I think we have to be mature, and I think practice has to continue to be tough on them. They've got to be able to fight and push and practice and find success when it's hard in practice. So I think practice is really the key there. And then we all have to stay bought in. We all have to continue to move forward. Not look at your season stats and look at the L's and the number of L's there. You got to look at where we're at and how we're playing, and focus in, be the best that we can be this day, whether this is practice or a game. And to me, it's just little things. We shoot better. Next time maybe if we can duplicate that and shoot better free throws. That's better. Just be a little bit more focused.
Final questions.
How do you address the crowd today? I mean, even the
gosh.
players, even Lou was saying about, how the players felt about that.
My pregame speech was about our crowd. It was about using them, let them push you through this. Let them help you. And gosh, it was awesome. What a great big time environment. For a big time game. What a great environment for a big time game. And that's what this was today. That's what these players signed up for. That's Tennessee basketball. That was fun.